Original L and L. It's the living legend, Larry. It's Lamont Tyson. First time y'all get to see us in 2022. Big brother Larry, how you feeling, my brother?
Oh man, I'm doing good, man. We got the
I'm feeling,
deuce going on.
I'm feeling that shirt, man. I love that shirt. No justice, no peace.
That's right. My wife gave me this for Christmas. She got good taste. She got good taste in shirts, good taste in men.
I was about to say she married you, didn't she? Hell.
That's probably, as much as I like to joke, that's probably her most questionable decision she's ever made. But as I always say, everybody gets one major mistake in life, and unfortunately for her, this one she can't get rid of.
Well, we're going to talk about three dummies who got a major mistake in life that's going to cost them the rest of their life tonight. I think you know what I'm talking about. Larry, it ain't enough for me. I still ain't happy. I mean, I'm happy for the family, but you know what I'm talking about. We'll get there in a minute. But we're going to cover the Ahmaud Arbery sentencing. We're going to talk about that. We have to. That's what me and Larry do. We're also going to cover Snowfall. Season 5 is coming back, Larry. Franklin Saint coming back February, my man. What you think, Larry?
I'm looking forward to it, man. Snowfall is one of my favorite joints, man. I love that show. So I'm looking forward to it.
So let me get you on record, on camera, in front of everybody right now. Are you saying that on Thursday night you planning to be here to do the review of Snowfall?
Yeah, man. If it's on Thursday nights, I'll be here with you. I'm gonna be here doing it with you.
Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, listen to this lineup of Snowfall. Y'all gonna see me and my wife doing it Thursday midday. You're gonna get me and Larry, and at the very least Moochie Thursday night. To be more careful.
The Moocharella's in the building coming through. I see you.
Coming through.
That sounds like an all-star lineup.
And I'm going to rotate people in and out to go with us. Probably Miss K. Because Miss K, I don't know if you've seen Miss K here recently, Larry, but she done come out that shell now, boy. And I be needing some Wampa Stomper backup to go with me when Miss K get up here because she thinks she's tough.
I saw her last night on, I think she was on Nita's channel. They had the three of them, the three ladies of Lamont Tyson's channel together. She was up there smiling with her 6-inch dimples,
I'm gonna save the joke I got for her for when I see her, but yeah, they're a tough duo. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about, guess what, people? Power comes back out this Sunday, and they dropped a little clip that I got where Diana is just digging the knife even deeper in Monet because she fixed the daddy breakfast in bed and ain't bring Monet shit. Monet over there starving, hungry. I mean, Monet was getting so hungry, her weed started receding. She was mad with Diana, and I got the clip. Oh, yes, I got the clip. I can't wait for that.
Before we go to that, can I give a shout out to Tressa C and Alex Heron and D-Weave?
Andre
in the building, and everybody, man. Layla Wilkins.
Layla Wilkins. And then we're going to start this thing on a little bit of a sad note, Larry. We lost a legend today, a pioneer in Hollywood. I haven't met anyone that has anything bad to say about this guy, and I'm talking about this brother right here, Sidney Poitier. I'm going to show you guys a little clip, give you some background on this brother, why he's important to the African-American culture besides just winning the Oscar. Take a look at this.
Sidney Poitier, the first black man to win an Oscar for Best Actor, has died. He was 94 years old. The press secretary for the Prime Minister of the Bahamas confirmed to CNN on Friday that Poitier died Thursday evening. The Academy Award winner had a list of accolades, including a Presidential Medal of Freedom and a knighthood. Coming from humble beginnings, Poitier was born 2 months premature in Miami in 1927, while his Bahamian farmer parents were in the U.S. selling tomatoes. His father was skeptical of his survival, but the young Poitier thrived, and within months, his parents returned home to their farm on Cat Island in the Bahamas. Growing up, he had no electricity, running water, or paved roads. After living in Nassau, he moved to Florida when he was 15 to live with his brother. He eventually made his way to Harlem, where he washed dishes to earn a living. After serving in the Army, he joined the American Negro Theater, trading janitorial services for dramatic arts training. He eventually was noticed and appeared on Broadway in Lysistrata. Prada. His film success came later when he landed a role in 1950's No Way Out.
This man has stolen a scalpel. He's got it hidden on him. I want him searched.
Poitier went on to star in Broadway's A Raisin in the Sun and picked up his first Oscar nomination for his role in The Defiant Ones, opposite Tony Curtis.
I'm a strange colored man in a white South town. How long you think before they pick me up?
Get off my back. I ain't married to you. Now, what do I care? Come on.
You married to me, all right, Joker. And here's the ring. But I ain't going south on no honeymoon now. We going north.
4 years later, he won the Best Actor Academy Award, becoming the first black man to do so for his role in Lilies of the Field.
You ain't got me. Good night, Schmidt.
No, get that very straight.
Schlafen Sie wohl.
And cut that out.
Poitier then released 3 iconic films that explored race and class in provocative ways: To Sir with Love, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and In the Heat of the Night.
Was Mr. Colbert ever in this greenhouse, say last night?
I like this one.
About midnight.
Hi-yow, get that shit back out of here.
In April of 2017, Poitier made a rare public appearance to commemorate In the Heat of the Night's 50th anniversary. His co-star Lee Grant told People at the time that Poitier's powerful performance was not only critical to the film's creative and commercial success, but also made a major social impact on racial understanding across the country. Grant also called Poitier a hero.
Wow. Larry,
Yeah.
Wow. You want to talk about someone who was on the front lines. You know how easy it becomes for us African Americans that make it to forget the struggle we have to go through and then just say, you know what, I made it, so forget the rest of my people.
Yeah.
He never did that, Larry. He was protesting. He marched with Martin Luther King. He fought for other African American men to get roles in Hollywood. And one thing he did that I thought was real forward thinking that he did at his time, he refused a lot of roles that was trying to be given to him that made him look like a clown show of an African American.
Yeah.
He refused a bunch of those kind of roles and really just kind of did his best to pave the way for others. And Denzel Washington dedicated his whole entire career and Oscar to Sidney Poitier. So having said those things, Larry, what do you have to say about this man? Rest in peace, Sidney Poitier.
Yeah, I mean, the dude had, he was in some fantastic movies. He was a fantastic actor, but I when I think back on him, I think like his presence in Hollywood, his, the way he conducted himself was probably more important than his accomplishments in Hollywood. Right. Because you hear about these great black actors that have come up after him, and so many of them, directly tie their success and their ability to even dream to become what they are directly to him. They tie it directly to him. And I think as great as the roles that he had and all the success he had, I think all that's secondary to what he meant to black people as artists and just regular old black folks being able to see themselves on the screen. To me, I mean, just like you said, you love that scene where he in the heat of the night when that white dude smacked him and he smacked him back. It wasn't even, and it happened so quick. It wasn't one of those things where it was like, I'm smacking you out of anger or anything else. It was just a natural reaction. It was like, don't try and hit me like I'm some little bitch boy. I'm a man, you're a man, and that's what happens with men. You hit a man, the natural reaction is you're going to get hit back. It's not a matter of, oh, let me stop and think, oh, this is a white man, so I can't hit him. Your reaction is right on back. And I love that scene. I love the way, I love the way, what's his name? Archie Bunker was over there looking at him, when dude said, you saw that, didn't you? You saw that. And even then, even with that old racist, small town sheriff, the dude was looking like, you guys are men. You walked up and smacked a man across the face, and you're gonna now turn to me and ask me for that. I mean, to me, it was even one of those things where it was basically like dude saying, you want to be a man, you stepped up to a man, you want to be a man, now accept those manly consequences by getting your face smacked right back. So I loved seeing that scene. That was one of those scenes I when I grew up and watched that, it stuck with me for a long, long time. So,
rest in peace to that dude, man. I was more taken aback that when he did that in that era, it was highly unacceptable to see black people putting their hands on white guys at the time of that filming. That was, ladies and that was controversial TV. Controversial TV. And he did it, and that project still went on to be a huge success. Sidney Poitier would still be loved. Pioneer, Larry, because imagine the guts it takes. He started his career at 22 to have the knowledge to know. Remember, he's from Nassau. To come here and actually get embedded in our culture so deeply that you understand the racial divide to the point that you're not taking roles where they turn you into a clown show. He said no. He said no. And then not only to do that, but to immerse yourself outside of your acting career in issues of racial justice and actually march and protest and hang with Martin Luther King, get in front of some of these protests and put your face with that, considering the way it used to be back in the day. I don't know if I would have had the courage to do all that. Like, I think I would, but I just don't know. So I got to give him credit for that, man. That's pioneering right there.
I mean, a lot of people didn't. I mean, it wouldn't be like you were in bad company or something if you decided not to. A lot of people didn't. It takes a rare person to be able to not just have the bravery and the courage to step outside and go for something that other people don't, but it takes a special person to even see the possibilities of it. You know, he was a trailblazer.
Trailblazer, man.
And that's why it's important to have people like that out there. That, as people always say, you can't see yourself. You can't do something unless you see yourself doing it. Unless you already have seen somebody else do it. And that's why they always say it's so important for women to see women do things like become nuclear scientists or NASA engineers or whatever else. If you can see yourself in that role, it's much easier to achieve it. And that is very true, but it's also very, very important to recognize and acknowledge those trailblazers, the ones that don't have anybody out there in there that they were able to see, and yet they'd still decide, I want to go do that,
right,
and push forward, not knowing what can happen or knowing the odds are against them and still push forward to do it anyway. So
yeah, man. I think that, rest in peace to him. We'll close that chapter. Shout out to everybody showing all their condolences for this brother, man. He touched a lot of people. Miss Kay Johnson. Sidney was a class act. Yes, he was. Share my love, Larry. R.I.P. Sidney Poitier, my favorite actor of all time. Then,
I like Remy Reigns right there.
Remy Reigns, that slap game, Nelson Mandela. We got you in here, Larry. Says, I agree with Larry. That scene stuck with me for a life after I saw it. It did in 1967. Wow. My boy Alex, rest in peace. He hit me up in Instagram. So if you guys not following me and Larry on IG, follow us. We do reply to people faster and quicker and more often on IG than we do on YouTube because it's easier to filter. Layla Wilkins, a true icon, very distinguished gentleman. Rest in peace. And last one, Remy Reigns again. Peace be upon the great trailblazer Sidney Poitier. Yes, man. Yes. And then we got Bruce in the building. Hello. And Larry, with that, I'll transition us to something else. But before I do that, Larry, let me do a little plug for the channel because I'm doing things differently this year. I'm getting interviews with celebs, stars, show producers, show creators. And ladies and gentlemen, America's most beloved villain, Atkins Estimate. He plays a Cito. He's coming back to my channel for a second time this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. He's going to tell you all things that he loved this season, what they might have him doing in season 3. And if you caught my interview that I did with the show creator, Rebecca Cutter, this past Tuesday, she dropped a dime on you that no other news outlet or source has but me about what's going to happen to Monica Raymond. So ladies and gentlemen, stick with me. I'm going to keep trying to bring you guys insider tips on what's going on with these shows. So,
man, I might have to. I've been trying to avoid all your videos on that subject in the interview because I haven't watched it yet because I got a little behind. I was like, I'm just gonna binge it, and now I'm like, I wanna watch, and I'm just like, I might just have to go ahead and binge it so I
Man,
can just
take your time, man.
caught up.
It's so good. It's so good, Larry.
Oh, your mic is off now.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Oh, he went on mute. I'm taking over the show, y'all. Here we go.
Taking over this show.
All right. Nope,
he's
you're not back
taking
yet.
over this show.
Until Lamont gets back.
Test. Oh, man, I'm back.
Uh-oh.
Can y'all hear me?
Can you hear it? Because I can't hear it. I can't hear you.
So people in the comment section, give me a like if you can hear me.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
You can hear me? I can't hear you.
I can hear you for sure.
Let's see. Can you guys hear it? Can you guys out there in the comments? Can you hear Lamont? If you can, throw a little thumbs up or something, because
give us
I can't hear him.
You can hear me.
I don't know if he's still out there. Let's see. Sheldon says, yeah, you can hear him.
Okay.
All right. I don't know what. Maybe it's me then. I can't. Says you can hear him. Yeah, it's me then. I guess I can't hear you. All right. Let me.
And did y'all see how quickly he wanted to take over the damn show? Look,
oh man,
we can talk about Larry because he can't hear us.
All right, I'm gonna back out and I'm gonna come back in. All right,
Larry, my people, see, this is supposed to be my brother.
I'm backing out and I'm coming back in.
And he tried to take over my show. Did y'all see that? The minute he thought I was going, he was ready to boot me on up out of here and take over the show. Come on, man. After I just gave the dude props for having a wonderful Malcolm X t-shirt on, he trying to take over the show. Ain't that about a mess? Boy. Can you hear us now, Larry?
I can hear you.
Hey, man.
Oh, you know what? Let me try some.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in the I'm gonna go in the green room, and I'm gonna try and work on this right quick.
Okay. You do that, I'm gonna keep the show going. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's not the only thing that happened today. We got a little taste of justice for Ahmaud Arbery and his family. These buffoons got sentenced to life, all of them, except for this one guy right here. He's got mandatory 30 years, the one on the bottom below the picture of Ahmaud, and he gets parole potentially after 30 years. Take a listen to what was going on in the courtroom, and then we're going to come and talk about how you guys feel. I'm not completely happy. It's not that I'm not happy they got justice. I'm happy about that. I'm just happy we're not getting enough of this, and I'll give you more details once we get back. Take a listen.
That said, with regard to the sentence in this case, as to Travis McMichael, Mr. McMichael, the court sentences you as follows. Count 1, malice murder, life without the possibility of parole. Count 2, felony murder, is vacated by operation of law. Count 3, felony murder, vacated by operation of law. Count 4, felony murder, vacated by operation of law. Count 5, felony murder, vacated by operation of law. Count 6, aggravated assault, merges into count 1. Count 7, aggravated assault. The court sentences the defendant to 20 years consecutive to count 1. Count 8, false imprisonment, merges into count 1. Count 9, attempted false imprisonment, 5 years concurrent to count 7. That is life plus 20. Greg McMichael, the court sentences you as follows. Count 1, malice murder, defendant was found not guilty. Count 2, felony murder, life without the possibility of parole. Count 3, felony murder, vacated. When I say vacated, it's vacated by operation of law in all cases. I'm not going to repeat it. Count 4, vacated. Count 5, vacated. Count 6 merges into count 2. Count 7, aggravated assault, 20 years consecutive to count 2.
Can you hear me now, Larry?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. So, Larry, before I give the floor to you, let me just say why it's bittersweet for me. It's bittersweet for me because I don't want people to be lulled into a false sense of feeling that us minorities and women and folks who have been pressed upon were finally getting justice. We should have been getting justice. I don't want you guys to feel like we have turned the corner because Larry, we covered this story. It took them 2 years to bring this to a trial, and then they try to sweep it under the rug. If there wouldn't have been a march and a protest, Larry, this would have never happened. So the issue that I have with it, Larry, is this. if it happened here, how many times in other places has this type of bullshit happened?
Right.
How many times? And then we
Yeah.
continuously see these people who are rising up against the country, ride in the Capitol, riding troops on the border of Arizona, going to Texas, saying that this is my property. They arrest them. They have a shootout with the police, and they don't even do no time, Larry. And I'm talking about those Anglo-Saxons. So as happy as I am for the family, I am happy for the family. Whatever it takes to give them peace, because their son was heinously murdered. He was hunted and murdered. I don't want you guys to take your eyes off the prize. There's still a whole lot of fighting that's going to have to be done. We need to see this continuously happening so that we can start having a sense, a feel that there's equal justice in America. And I give it to you, Larry.
Yeah, that's one of those things. Like, again, like you said, I'm happy that these dudes are convicted and they're going to jail. I'm happy the dude got 20, life plus 20. So, I mean, if that MFer dies and comes back to life, he's still got another 20 years to do, But the fact is, like you said, it took 2 years for this case to even come about. And I mean, and let's not, I mean, I know people are up there saying, oh, it seems like white people are starting to get their accountability and black people are starting to get justice. But like you said, that's not necessarily the case as a whole. This was an extremely exceptional case. Not only did it take all kinds of online activism and people protesting to get this case to actually get prosecuted, but like you said, it had been like 2 years. One of these guys was a former deputy sheriff. You had a prosecutor there that was so egregious in her in her malpractice that she was actually disbarred and brought up on.
She got disbarred.
But she was actually brought up on charges.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so bad that it was like they could not even ignore it. It was so bad that it was that bad. And luckily we had, and I say we as the American people, because when they prosecute these things, it is well, in this case, because it's the state of Georgia versus whatever, but there was a judge that actually put the law above everything else.
Yes.
And that's so important, because oftentimes you get judges out there that don't do that. They're supposed to be, they're not supposed to be biased. They're supposed to only go by the law. But what they do is they put everything else. They put their gender, they put their race, they put all their other personal shenanigans in front of the law. And that did not happen. This guy put the law first, and he appropriately threw the book at these guys. And I'm glad that they didn't get the death penalty. I am personally not in favor of death penalty. I don't believe in the death penalty. I think it's wrong in all cases, even ones as egregious as this. Now, personally, I believe that if somebody kills your family and you happen to go out there and hunt them down and kill them, to me, that's not the death penalty, because that's not state sanctioned. That's just you doing what you have to do. I'm not opposed to that. I don't think it necessarily makes it right, but I'm not going to stop you. But I don't believe in state sanctioned murder in the sense where you have the death penalty, because it seems like more times than not, they get it wrong. And so, plus, I don't want the family up there sitting there waiting, wondering when these people are going to die, because they leave these people sitting on death row for 12, 15, 18 years. And they have to go through all kinds of appeal after appeal after appeal. And the judge and the family has to be brought out back every time. They have to get brought out into court, and they have to go testify about how horrible these people are and why they shouldn't be brought out back to life. Why, when they start asking for their sentences to get commuted, for their life sentence to get overturned, and all this, every time the family gets dragged back to court, and they have to relive this.
Yes.
And so life without the possibility of parole means the family doesn't have to go through all that. These people are just locked up, and they're there. They're not going anywhere. They're done. And the family can try and move on the best that they possibly can. And The one guy who didn't get life without the possibility. I mean, it looks like he got life with the possibility of parole. He's already old. He'll likely die in prison. None of them look like they're well suited.
No,
no.
I mean, if coronavirus had a face,
messing up again on me.
Ladies and gentlemen, if coronavirus had a face and it was looking for the perfect people to go and infect, it would be these three buffoons in this picture, minus Ahmad. That's where coronavirus, if it was a person chasing humans, it would go after these three dudes. Ain't nothing healthy about them. And I'm talking physically and mentally. Ain't nothing healthy about them. And I'm happy for the family, but my people, don't take your eyes off the ball. Because this little community that was pretty much gerrymandered, nepotism, and all that would have went against Ahmad. There's thousands of those little communities around America where minorities, Black women, and women are living. And I need you guys to be vigilant. If something like this happens in your community and is not getting any help, hit me up. Hit the news up. Let people know so that we can get justice for everybody that it feels like is being done wrong. Because this bothered me. Because someone in the comments section, Larry, said, this is a mother's worst nightmare. It's a parent's worst nightmare. For me as a minority, knowing the history of this country, it's one of my worst nightmares. Yeah. And now that I'm a father, these are things I'm going to have to talk to my daughter about and try to explain to her these differences that go on in the world. So I'll give you last word on it, Larry.
Yeah, it's just one of those things when you talk about there's a lot of communities like this around the country. And it's unfortunate because as a Black person, as a Black man in particular, I have had this discussion with my wife, God knows how many times, where I often feel like there is no safe space in this country for me. Because when people talk about becoming successful and making it, and oftentimes what people are talking about is moving to some predominantly white neighborhood that's very affluent, because most of the places in this country that seem to be very affluent neighborhoods seem to be primarily white. And so that's what often people say, I'm going to get rich, I'm going to buy a big house, and then you're going to live around a bunch of white people. And so you end up in a situation where if you do make it and you move around a bunch of white people, you're not safe because you have a bunch of people who potentially are dangerous to you at any given moment because they just don't like you and don't want you there, whether it be blatant, outward racism like that, like these guys chasing a guy down the street and shooting him, or if it's some crazy Karen who's upset because you're out there, trying to register for people to vote and she's getting angry at you, or you're helping your kids sell cookies or candy for the local little league, and she calls the police on you because you don't have a permit or something. Whatever the case may be, you may not be safe. And then if you stay in a Black neighborhood, your neighborhood's over policed, and so oftentimes we're left feeling like there is no safe place in this country for Black people. So you have to remain vigilant, and you have to constantly keep your head on a swivel.
Keep it on a swivel. Get to know your people.
Some people often feel like, why are Black people always so angry? Why are we so hostile? It's sort of like that old Public Enemy verse. Dude was saying, I have a right to be hostile, man. My people been persecuted. I mean, that's kind of what it is. It's like when you're constantly have your head on a swivel because you don't know if you're going to run into some dudes like this or you're going to run into some racist cop, but you just don't know what's out there every time you step outside your door. I mean, sometimes Black folks are a little angry and hostile because you can't live under those conditions. You listen to these doggone soldiers who go overseas and they're over there for 12 months, 18 months, 9 months, and they come back with PTSD. They're messed up for their entire life. Imagine you live like that, you're forever. That's what your life is. Constantly not knowing every time you walk down the street if it's going to be death.
So, Larry, I got an even better question for you. You've given reasons why African Americans tend to be on edge. You've given good reasons. But I'm going to ask you a rhetorical question. If we know why they're on edge, what the hell is these gun-toting, toothless rednecks that's going to Capitol riots and storming the Capitol, what the hell are they mad about?
I think they're mad because they feel like their time is coming to an end. You're getting to a point where You're getting to here, and here's a bit of reality that a lot of people don't like to recognize. The population of white folks is going down. The population of everybody else in this country is going up. This country very soon, I think by like 2025 or something like that, will be a majority country. And they're afraid they're losing their power. And you know, when you look at Congress today, you look at all the people that the people they hate. When you look at the squad, they hate them. These people are frothing at the mouth with hate for these women. When you look at someone like AOC, you can disagree with her politics or agree with her politics, but the thing is, she's young, she's beautiful, she's smart, she's educated, and she is a minority woman. She is everything that these people hate. They look at her and they think the audacity of you to even believe that you can be here is ridiculous. And the fact that you are here is an insult to them. That's what they think. And that's why they're hating on them. And for a long time, white people, and they still do, many of them still feel this way. They still feel like I may be poor, I may be uneducated, I might be sick and an alcoholic, but I'm not a nigga. I'm still white, and so therefore I'm still better than you. That's how many of them feel, and they look around and they realize that doesn't mean the same thing today as it did 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 or 70 years ago. It doesn't mean the same thing today that it meant for their parents, you know?
And that's why they was trying to make America great again, huh, Larry?
That's what it is. They're trying to take us back to some bygone era that needs to stay by and gone.
Right, bygone. That's why it's called Bygones Be Bygones. And good one, Larry. Let me shout out Life Challenges coming through with the 1999, making me feel like we're in the 1990s. And for that, of course, we're giving you a video. Let me see what I got in here for you. Let me see. I done played this one this year. Let me go with this.
Can I get my mans in them?
Which one?
My dude, the rightful ruler of Wakanda.
Oh, I done got. I didn't get rid of that.
Go ahead and burn all that.
My king, we cannot do that. It is our tradition.
When I tell you to do something, I mean that shit. Burn it all.
There you go, right there.
Appreciate that super chat, and I appreciate everybody letting Larry know he bringing that heat tonight to Netta Grayson, MITM, Ebony Carnegie, Miss K, Muchella, Afro Congo Vlog. Everybody letting Larry know he bringing that heat, and that's what we do up here, man. We ain't scared of politics. As much as YouTube would like for dudes like me and Larry to keep it even keel, we don't do it. And we talked about I talked to Larry 2-3 years ago. I was like, Larry, if I sacrifice growth when that becomes issues dealing with our community and America and making it equitable, we're going to discuss some of those, whether I lose a few subscribers or not. I'm going to do it my way. I don't have to just live off of YouTube. And Larry said, you know what, man, I got your back if you're going to do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, the man is here for that. But now we're going to take y'all to something fun. My girl Diana trying to starve the hell out of her mama. And Larry, you missed the conversation the other day when Miss K jumped down my throat and I had to pull her out because she wanted Monet to backslap Diana because Diana said, I ain't tell you to go kill that contractor, because Monet was mad Diana took the money. So she thought the contractor took it, so she wouldn't kill the contractor. Miss K wanted Diana to get pimp slapped. But I told Miss K the rule of order is the father is the head of that organization. He comes above everything else, and his only begotten daughter did what she had to do to get him out, and she's rewarded him with that. Larry, take a look at this video. Diana didn't bring Monet no breakfast, and she brought Daddy breakfast in bed.
Monet got sidelined.
Look at the look on Monet's face. Monet's like, damn. Literally, this is the look of, damn, bitch, I'm your mama. I gave birth to you. You can't even bring me a side of scrambled.
Damn.
He in there eating good. Look at him. He's smiling and happy and shit.
I'm telling you, she could go spend a whole week with Mecca before they'd even know she was gone. They didn't even see her. She wasn't even there.
Exactly.
She wasn't even there.
She been dropping the ball, having lapses. The kids is having side conversations about how Monet is not herself and all that. And you expect that only begotten daughter of yours to bring you some hot scramble? Hell no.
And Jahada, dude, he just wrong. He didn't even offer his wife any. He was just up there cutting his little bits. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Oh, look at it. He didn't even look over. Oh, he didn't even look like you're hungry. He was like, there we go. Repetitive bed, got my kids, got everything. Do you know?
Larry, look at this bed. Obviously, you could tell Monet don't want to be in this bed. Because look at the space between them. She almost on the corner edge of the bed. She don't want to be in this bed with this dude. Because her panties is wet for Mecca. She want to be having breakfast in a damn helicopter with the Mecca. And the father Lorenzo right here, he happy as he think he got everything. Look, he got his breakfast, he got his panty draws, he got his daughter bringing him breakfast, he got the kids coming sitting at the feet of the table of the bed. Larry, he got everything, but what are they setting up, Larry? You see the divide coming. This little line in the bed is the divide in the family. Where are we going to go with that, Larry?
Well, we're definitely going to have a showdown. It's going to be a showdown. It's going to be interesting because you know, not that he knows it yet, but his eldest son is uniquely positioned to mess with Mecca's business. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And when he finds out that, you know, that what's his name, that baby Bill Bellamy is actually her son and not the nephew, you know, there's gonna be some problems in paradise.
Definitely gonna be some problems in paradise.
And there's gonna be some real problems too when Diana pops up pregnant by Tariq.
Hey man, hey look, Courtney Kemp has said that Tariq ain't getting nobody pregnant this season. I don't have any choice but to believe Courtney Kemp.
Courtney, you know you lie. You lie, Courtney. You ain't got a lie to kick it, Courtney. I
have no choice but to believe Courtney when she says that. And the rumblings coming out of this season is that Professor Addiction is not going to die as much as she's going to be exiled from the community or put in jail. But either way, if she's not on the show, you might as well consider that a death. That's how I look at it. Ain't that how you look at it, Larry? Either way, if you're not on the show, it's like a death. So one way or the other one, Professor Addiction, or some of y'all have coined her Professor Community, is not going to be on the show.
They should bring in Ramona to replace her.
Here he go. This dude love Ramona. Larry, Ramona's not coming back. I don't even think she's going to be on Tate's show. I think they are done with Ramona. Yeah.
Man, they're messing up if they don't bring her back.
I would like to see her come back too. I wouldn't mind seeing Professor Addiction go to Tate's show too. I wouldn't mind seeing that. She can cross over with Tate, be his lawyer or something like that. I wouldn't mind that, Larry, if they could make it happen.
They could do a crossover where Zeke actually goes to the league and she goes with him.
Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you missed it, when I did my interview with the creator of Hightown, Rebecca Cutter, links in the description, go check that interview out. A fan asked her if Stars decided to do a crossover show with their crime shows, would she be willing to cross over with Power and do some writing? And Larry, you know what she said?
Hell to the yeah?
She said, hell yeah. Because we would love to see a Cito who will be on my show. For those of you that love Hightown, this is America's most beloved villain. He will be on my show Wednesday night at 9 p.m. And I'm going to ask him the same thing. Would he like to be the new guy to be Tariq's crime boss and connect in New York if they can make that crossover happen? I'm about to start the petition, crossover Hightown with P-Valley and Power. Let's do a stars total crossover.
I'll tell you what would be dope, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would tell you this is what would be dope. If you have a scene where Tommy rolls back up from Chicago to New York so he can go check out. Tariq needs him for something, and he's still Tariq's godfather. So if he rolls up there to go check out for Tariq with something, and out comes the passenger seat is Osito. Tell me that would not be dope. Tell me that would not be dope.
Yo, that man, I gotta have it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to let Rebecca Cutter and Cito know when he come on the show. I'm gonna have to tell him about that, man. He need to do a power crossover. Rebecca's down. I'm gonna see if he's down. Dude can act his butt off too now. So Larry, I need you to hurry up and finish season 2 of Hightown because it's chock full of surprises. But
and then just to top it off and put some cream on top of that.
Crooked letter.
Tommy and Osito go to a club while they're out there, and Crooked Letter is up in the club, and they meet her. Woo! I'm telling you, boy, they could really freak it if they wanted to.
You got that right. Let me shout out Remy Raines, Lamont. I love Hightown. Thanks for that recommendation. For sure, man. Got to keep it moving. Just like we about to keep it moving to this next show that Larry and Moochella, Larry the living legend and Moochie, basically forced me to go watch. I'm talking about Snowfall. I was behind. They was like, Lamont, you got to catch up. You're missing the opportunity. It's a good show. It's better than Power Book 2. You need to get on it. And finally, I broke down, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm forever in their debt because it was a great show. I like it. It's coming back for season 5. I got the trailer to show the living legend Larry, and then we're going to talk about it.
You have a super chat too.
The big homie, Eric Iverson. What's up, y'all? Lamont and Larry. Have y'all checked out Blind Spotted on Stars? It's pretty good. I haven't, but one of the producers hit me on Twitter and was like, hey, man, I hear you do legendary reviews. Why you ain't reviewing Blind Spotted? I said I really didn't know about it, so I might get on it. So, Eric, keep me posted. And for your super chat, my brother, you know I got to give you something special. So this is for you. This is for you and B. Avery.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay, baby, let me tell you something. If a whore ain't paying y'all bills, that's the last thing y'all should be worried about.
Woo! All right, here we go, Larry.
I actually watched Blind Spot. I've watched the whole first season, and I have to say that when I first saw the previews, I was like, I'm not really feeling the whole thing. But what's her name? That actress, what's her name? Jalen Barron, she plays Trish. That woman is so ridiculously beautiful. I was like, I'm gonna watch the show. If for nothing else, I'll just mute it and watch her. But it actually turned out to be a pretty good show.
This guy said if nothing else, he would mute it and just damn. Let me find out this chick that hot. That he just turned the mute on.
This woman is beautiful in a way that is just like, I mean, she's one of those people, if you walked into a room, your wife would just have to elbow you in the ribs. You'd be like, I'm gonna go ahead and just take the elbow. You know?
Oh nah, fuck that.
She's gonna be like, what are you looking at? I'm be like, look, I've had to say it a few times. I had to be like, look, you can't expect me to be blind. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm not gonna go over there and try and go get the panty draws. But if The Rock is over in the corner and some dude that looks like The Rock, I'm not gonna ask you to act like you don't see him. You know,
there's a difference between staring and glancing. Put it that way.
Yes, I'm not talking about. I'm not gonna just sit there all night with my eyes locked on her. I'm just saying, you know.
Yep. So Larry, here we go. Season 5, Snowfall.
Unless it's Ramona.
Yeah.
We had an agreement. No secrets. Only strong. Till the day that we die. Only strong survive. Till the day that we die. Stay that we die. Stay that we die. Only strong survive. Nothing tears a family apart like money. Only strong.
So Larry, let me give you some key points. First of all, Larry, my man done got a taste of that flight. Us educated black brothers know that when you get behind that airplane yoke, it's a different feeling. And he up there looking like he having him a good orgasm, Larry. He is smiling. He is happy as hell, flying his own plane. So you know what that means.
Yeah.
Another piece of evidence, Larry. What have we criticized Franklin Saint about? The same thing we criticized Tariq. He need to learn to fight. Larry, he in this joint taking boxing lessons. He in here learning how to fight, Larry. And then something that you gonna love. The aunt done stepped up her game, Larry. Look at that.
Oh, Louis, look at her.
Look at that aunt. Boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
Tell me she doesn't look like homegirl though from whatchamacallit, P Valley.
She look like her a little bit.
Like Mercedes. She looked like she doesn't have the same build as Mercedes, but they look like if you just saw them side by side with their faces, they would look like sisters.
They could be cousins.
Okay, cousins. There you go.
Then you got your boy,
she looks like she's putting in work, but you know, at the end of last season, she was going off on her own.
Yeah, Larry, that right there, she done sold probably $2 million worth of coke right here.
Oh, she might have sold that last week.
Right there. Then we got your boy Larry. Look at your boy. He all taped up, covered up, and right there to his right shoulder, that's somebody coming behind his head with scissors. And then I got something else for you, Larry.
Gustavo. I like Gustavo, man.
Everybody do. Everybody like him. Miss K, she love him. That's her boy too.
Yeah, that's a stand-up dude right there.
Yeah, he good. Then we got your boy Larry, Mr. Gotta get that hate out your heart. Somebody about to chop off his arm, Larry. What the hell? It looked like a skinny ass Ice T about to chop off his arm. What's going on with this, Larry?
I don't know, man. But he looks like he's about to get that business, whatever it is.
Hey, you about to get that business, man. And
he's
look,
about to get that business.
And Larry, it's somebody.
I don't know why they keep showing all these people with their shirts off with all these guts and everything. They need to get these people some personal trainers before next season.
They might wanted them to have these guts, but here's the thing, Larry. This is some kid's birthday party. Look at the background behind dude with the sword. That's a little girl's face up there. So you about to chop off somebody's arm at a kid's birthday party. What?
Yeah, I see a picture in like framed in the back. Look like a teenage girl. Maybe it's like a quinceañera or something.
Yeah. And last but not least, Larry, your boy moving on, getting him bigger and thicker things, if you know what I'm saying. Franklin Saint got him a little something with the little leg splice right there. And then we got Uncle in the club. And that is not crooked letter. So, Larry, talk to me.
That
what
right there?
No, that's not
in the club.
No, that ain't That's not
Oh,
no. So, Larry, talk to me. What are your expectations for season 5 of Snowfall? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, first of all, I want to know why we didn't see Leon's fro, because I mean that fro alone is worth an Emmy. His fro should have gotten an Emmy.
Do you remember last year y'all dared me to get a fro for the finale and I went and got it? I still got the fro right behind me.
Still got the fro. You about to break it out for the season premiere.
I'm gonna do that season premiere. I'm gonna be wearing that fro all day long.
I want to see Leon's fro, and I want to see Wanda back at it.
Okay, yeah. Let me put this picture up.
But Aunt Louie looking tough, boy. I mean, I've always liked her character, but she's looking tough right there. She looks like she's running her game.
Larry, do you think that her and the aunt could split up this season because of the way? Because remember, they got to start that drug business in Arkansas. Where it's Arkansas, right? Missouri, somewhere like that.
Yeah, I think. I mean, probably. I mean, it's hard to say, but I'm going to say they might have, because Unc seemed like he was ready to be done with the game. He was like, he didn't like all the killing and all the other. He didn't like the way he saw those people getting turned out when he was, down in Arkansas. He didn't like seeing all. He was like, he was saying like, he saw the way everybody got turned out in LA. He was like, why are you going to do this to your own people? I don't think I think when he needs to be gangster, he's gangster because that's what he knows it and he can be that, but he doesn't seem like he likes that. And it seems like Louie is willing to go down that route. And it may be because she hasn't really had to pull that trigger like that.
Larry, We got Bianca saying this looks like Melanie. You remember who Melanie was, right, Larry? As a
Ooh.
stripper.
But Melanie was down south. She was a church girl.
Hey, a church girl shooting Franklin Saint in the back.
No, I get it, but she wasn't a church girl then. But remember, at the end of that last season, she had left and moved to Texas or something. She was all up in the church with her nice little long dress on, doing Sunday school and whatnot, and her Bible study. And he came in there and basically threatened her. But she seemed like she had no interest in going anywhere near that type of life. So
this looked like her. It looked just like her, man. It looked just like her.
I hope not, man. I hope she stays on the straight and narrow. I hope that's not her.
That's gonna be her, Larry, just because we hope it's not. And what in the hell is going on with Gustavo? What's this? What's up?
Oh no, I like Gustavo. I hope they can't get rid of Gustavo. They have to keep. I feel like they have to keep him around because he's like the South American Mexican connect. They can't get rid of him, you know. But I like that dude. That dude is just a straight stand-up dude. I feel like they need to do better by him in this show.
He tough, man. He is definitely tough. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be doing some more breakdown trailers and reviews of Snowfall. That comes back on in February, a little bit after Tommy. So you have a couple of weeks to get ready for that. But
when does Tommy's joint come out?
February 6th. The Sunday before the Super Bowl. So I'm wondering, is his show going to come on the same night as the Super Bowl? Probably so. But it's not going to be a big deal. Super Bowl comes on late at night, about 8 o'clock, and Stars drops these shows Sunday morning, a.m. So you'll have plenty of time to get Tommy out your system for the big game.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't get a chance to ask Larry because he didn't show up yesterday. So I'm going to ask him today. Larry, guess what 50 Cent posted on his Instagram? He had the data, Larry, for the most watched Black TV shows in 2021. And of course, he's going to post this because, Larry, take a look at this. Number 1, 2, and 3, Power Book 2, Power Book 3, and BMF.
Wow.
And I'm saying to myself, I'm stunned that Power Book 2 made it to number 1. I'm a little stunned. I can go ahead and tell y'all right now, you can cancel Christmas on this shit. Tommy's show is going to be the most watched Black show.
Is it a Black show?
I was going to say, did I see enough minorities in the show?
Is it a Black show with a white lead? I don't know if you can say it's that, man.
Hey,
I don't know.
We're gonna call Tommy White Chocolate. That's my guy, White Chocolate, man. So yeah. And he's smashing. I caught the trailer review that he's smashing chocolate, like Moochie said. Once you go black, you never go back. But look,
he got rid of Holly and found some chocolate, huh?
Yeah, but Larry, look at the rest of this list. The rest of this stuff I've never seen except for number 10. You got at number 4, Have and Have Not, season 8. Number 5, Sister, season 3. Number 6, The Oval, season 3. Number 7, Sister, season 2. Number 8, Insecure, season 5. Number 9, The Oval, season 2. And last but not least in the top 10, The Shy. Now, I've covered 4 of the top 10 most watched Black shows. Larry, which one of these would you watch other than what we know you've already watched?
Well, I'm done with The Shy. I don't like the way they've taken. I don't like the direction they've gone in that show. I mean, I like Ghost Power Book 2, but I didn't finish watching BMF. I started watching it. It just seemed like more of the same. You know how I feel about some of these hood booker shows. It seems like it's just more of the same with some of them. I've never seen Sisters. I feel like it sounds familiar. The Oval is Tyler Perry. I don't really mess around. I don't really mess with Tyler Perry too much, so I haven't really watched that. Insecure, I tried to watch it. I just feel like it's outside my demographic. Like, I just feel like it's not made for me. And I wanted to watch it because I used to watch What's Her Name's podcast. You know, I read her books and I like her, but I just feel like that show wasn't for me. And so I just couldn't get into it. So,
but
for me right now on this list, it's pretty much just the number one spot.
Okay. What do you think should have made the list? Because there's a show called Queen Sugar that is actually pretty good, and it's not a drug show or anything like that, and it has a lot of drama in it. It's kind of a family-owned show. I'm surprised that didn't somehow another crack this list, because Queen Sugar is a great show. Have you seen Queen Sugar, Larry?
I watched. I want to say I watched most of the first season or some of it, but I stopped watching it because it was such a sad Debbie Downer show. It was like so much of it. Maybe it's changed over the years, but when I first started watching, it was so depressing. I was like, man, I felt like I needed to go and have like a little pick-me-up afterwards or something. It was so depressing. But I'll tell you what, I'm really surprised didn't make that list was Snowfall. You know?
Right.
I'm surprised Snowfall didn't make it. I'm surprised Blackish didn't make it.
I'm surprised Godfather of Harlem didn't make
Godfather.
Because
I mean, I would say Atlanta, but I think Atlanta was on hiatus for a full year, so they're just about to come back. So they probably didn't make it. They didn't have any content out in time for it. But
now, Larry, would you not agree that Godfather of Harlem, and you've seen all three of the shows at the top three, right? You've seen all three of them. Godfather of Harlem, at the very least, deserves to be within one of the top 2 or 3 spots. Without a doubt, in terms of viewability, creativity, and all that. Because yes, it's about the drug game, but it has more of a mafia style to it and codes of ethics. Then you splice in that during that era, Black people was trying to fight fire with fire in an effort to progress the overall growth of all Black people. So you got that spin in it. Then you've got Academy Award-winning Forrest Whitaker. The only thing I can come up with, Larry, why Godfather of Harlem didn't make the list is because of the network that it comes on. That's the only thing I can come up with.
Because it's on, what is it, on Epix?
Yes, it's on Epix.
See, if I was going to do this list, my list would be a bit different. My number one spot up there would probably be Snowfall. And then after Snowfall, I'd probably have Godfather of Harlem. And then after Godfather of Harlem, I'd probably have do Blackish. And then after Blackish, I'd probably do I'd probably do Ghost Power Book 2 first, and then I would do Blackish as number 4. Number 5 would probably be like something like oh man, what would be number 5? I don't know, probably maybe something like Southside or something. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I haven't seen it. Yeah,
it's a comedy joint. Lil Rel, I think, produced that one. Man, I'm trying to think what else I would put in there, but those would probably be like my top 5. I don't watch the other stuff. Like I'm not really into the Tyler Perry thing. I know some people love him. I'm glad the brother's making a lot of money and giving people opportunities, but I just don't really get down with his style of storytelling. So
I got you. What's up, Sleepy Girl Manifested? Sleepy Girl Manifested. Wow. And last but definitely not least, Larry, I got to put everybody on to the nice stock tips for the week coming. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Federal Reserve is getting ready to taper down the rates. They're going back up.
So they take them to zero?
No, they're going. I'm sorry, they're going up. Sorry,
okay.
They're going up. Going up. They're tapering them up.
Okay.
And when rates go up, ladies and gentlemen, it tends to trend tech stocks down because the rate of money that they're going to now be using to do cash flow goes up. But ladies and gentlemen, you guys should, if you've been following this channel, you should have done made plenty of money off tech stocks. What you do with that tech stock profit, and I'm talking do it within the next couple of days because tech is already going down a little bit in anticipation of the rates going up. Take that money and invest in banking stocks. When the rates go up from the Fed, banking stocks go up. They tend to increase their dividends. And if you're someone who wants to play the bank with tech, get a fintech. Get brokerage houses. Get something like your PayPal, your Square, your Robinhoods. Or if you want to be traditional, Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase would be my 2 top banks to get just because of the rate of dividend they pay. their books and their revenues is not as heavy with loans as some of the other banks, but they do have a good percentage of, once these loans go up, they tend to increase their dividends. And when the banks tend to increase their dividends, that drives the stock up with them. So those would be my pieces of advice to you guys in the coming week, because I'm not going to be as active on my financial channel as I've been because I've got a lot of things I'm trying to do on this channel. But what I am going to do, I'm going to start doing a Monday Instagram Live and a Friday Instagram Live. Just kind of let you guys know what I've done, what I've seen, and what's going on. Having said that, Larry, what are you up to in your Robinhood portfolio and your investing for 2022?
Man, Robinhood, first of all, the Robinhood as the stock is getting crushed. Man.
Now is the time to buy.
It's getting crushed. I've been thinking about buying some just because it is so low. I mean, it's at like $15 a day or something. It's
buy it. Slap a call on it so you're not paying the full price. Slap a 2-year call on it. You won't have to pay the full price to get 100 shares. Shout out to I'm That Kid 187. I appreciate you rocking with me that long. Nika Stanley, agree with us, Larry. The reason why Godfather of Harlem is not doing that well is because it's on a bad network. And MITM Adamsville, I got in the stocks late. I'm getting killed in art. Hey, all you got to do right now is just sit there and hold. Any new videos on Life Gains yet? No, haven't done that yet. And whoa,
there we
got
go.
A super chat. Let me see here. Happy New Year. Hope everything is going well for you and the other Life Gains Avengers. I have a question. If you heard the song Hustler Ambition by 50 Cent, do you think it could be a good thing for Power Book 5? It could definitely be a good thing for Power. I caught a clip of it. I didn't hear the whole song, but I did like what I heard. So yeah, I'm with you. That would be a great song. You know, 50 loves to put his imprint on his shows with his music, like he did BMF, like he's done all the other powers. And I wouldn't mind that being up there. But let me give you a video to say thank you for that awesome, wonderful super chat. And Larry, do you have any more requests, or are you just ready for me to play something funny?
I mean, if we're talking about money, I feel like the rent's too damn high.
Oh, of course it is. Of course.
I represent the rent is too damn high party. Playing the silly game, but it's not going to happen. The rent too damn high movement. The people I'm here to represent can't afford to pay their rent. Listen, someone's stomach, child's stomach just growled. Did you hear it? Rent is too damn high.
I appreciate you, Adam, man. That's much love. Grateful to you. And I'm grateful to everybody, even if you don't super chat. Just thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming and watching these interviews. Thank you for commenting on these interviews that I do with these celebrities and screenwriters and what may have you. It really reflects well when you guys, let's just say you're not into the show, but you're at the very least just make a comment that you're happy I got the person. That helps me out because it lets that screenwriter and other possible people know that this young man is representing the voice of the people and asking good questions, doing a good job in his interviews. So I said all that to say, be sure to come see America's favorite villain. Acito will be here Wednesday night to talk Hightown Season 3, Season 2, and any other things that you guys want to know about getting high or delivering purple flowers to somebody's house to get their panty draws in a full bed.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man. But ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna let y'all out of here on that, man. Larry, what you got going on your channel, my brother? So these people that ain't subscribed to Larry, what you waiting on? His link is in the description. Dude, put some great tech videos. Subscribe to his channel. What you got, Larry?
Do it, man. Yeah, man. I'm just still pumping out some tech stuff. I have a couple of flashlights I actually need to review. And they sent me 2 of them, so I'm going to be doing a giveaway on that. I currently have I currently have 3 microphones from Saramonic I'm giving away. That video is up on the channel right now. I have somebody sent me a little portable, like a little travel router that you can use, that you can take with you. So if you when you went to Vegas, you can plug it into the Ethernet line at the hotel, so you don't have to worry about hooking up to the hotel's Wi-Fi network. You can have your own Wi-Fi network that's faster. And it has a VPN capabilities in there, so you can lock down your network and keep it safe. So,
Bruh, Larry, I had to cuss out T-Mobile because I got a 5G hotspot on the phone. because I told them it wasn't working. And T-Mobile Tech confirmed with me, ladies and gentlemen, hot off the presses, some of these hotels do have devices that slow your internet speed down on purpose. That's what the tech told me on the phone. He was like, that is a tactic they do because they want you in their orbit, spending your money on their movies, the stuff that they have on their TV. So tech guy confirmed. He said, where I was at, there should have been no problem with my 5G hotspot on my phone. Should not have been a problem. But
and that's one of those. That's where one of those little travel routers will come in handy, because a lot of people don't realize that in most hotels, even though if some hotels you go to and they charge you for the Wi-Fi, other ones give it to you for free. But what most people don't know is that the hard line, the Ethernet cables, the Ethernet that they offer is free. Usually it's always free. You can you have your own Ethernet cable and you can plug in directly, or you can have them bring up Ethernet cable and you can plug in. And usually that is always free. And not only is it free, but it's faster and more stable. Excuse me. Most Wi-Fi connections in these hotels, if you have whatever room you check into and it tells you like your room number is like your login, most of the time they give you a limit of like maybe 3 to 5 devices or something. When you travel, if you have 2 or 3 people with you when you're traveling, you can run through that. I can run through 5 devices practically with myself, because I'll travel with my iPhone, my Android phone, my iPad, and my laptop. So I have 4 devices that are going to connect all the time. And if my wife wants to connect with something, then that's our 5. But if you grab that Ethernet cable and you plug in that little portable router, let me grab it right quick. I'm going to show you because it's really kind of small.
Be good. Albin, yes, love horror movies. Cinnamon, I'm going to start reviewing Ozark this season. LaShawn Stevens, love you, my friend. Glad you came to check me out. Happy New Year to you too. Go ahead, Larry. There you go.
But that's it right there. But that's the thing. You plug something in like that, and now you have your own wireless connection running off, piggybacking off of their hard line, and you don't have to worry about how much they're charging or anything else. You just plug in, you get the fastest connection, the most stable connection, and you can lock in your own security in there as well. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna do a review on that. I'm still working on a review of my new camera. I'm sort of just using it and getting used to it, so that I can actually do a comprehensive review on it. And yeah, man, just doing me. Trying to give some stuff away. I have a ton of stuff in here. I'm trying to give a lot of stuff away this year because I just have so much stuff I need to get up out of the house to make room for new stuff, because people are asking me to review stuff, and I'm telling people no because I don't have any place to put it.
Man. My man,
so I need to give stuff away. So I'm probably going to do a giveaway show maybe this weekend. Like I said, I think I told you before we got on live that I'm trying to get Ecamm working for me because I don't, StreamYard's cool, but they charge a little bit too much for me. Like if you want to go at 1080p, they're charging, like, you got a special deal that you're still on, but for me, it's going to cost me like $49 a month. And I'm like, man, I stream like once a week, maybe twice a week on weeks where I do my giveaway show. But most of the time it's once a week. That's too much for me per stream. And so like Ecamm, you can actually stream in 4K on Ecamm, and that the professional level where you can stream in 4K is only like $32 a month, which to me seems much more reasonable. So,
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, keep your notifications turned on for this brother, because when he give away tech, dude be up there about 2 hours giving away 100 items of tech. So get ready to see when he's going to be giving it away.
I get my wine cracking, get my wine and winter show going.
Yeah, man. He get that wine in him. He gets some fine in y'all. So check him out. That's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like it, comment, subscribe, get that life game. I'll be back with my review of Power Book 2, Episode 6, sometime around 2 o'clock on Sunday, something like that. You guys stay tuned. And I'll catch you guys a little later on. Subscribe to Larry, and we'll see you.
Peace.
Peace.